Um, oh, hey guys, friends, family, strangers on the internet. Before I even start, lecture video I'm gonna do here, this isn't a call for help. This isn't a suicide letter.
We're winning big time.
I am
Moves, pilot.
this. I don't know what to call this. Video essay, speech, I guess. It's not really a speech, we're not an audience, but I guess I should be blunt about it. I struggle a lot to my mental health and my mental illness. I was diagnosed with depression, PTSD, anxiety by my therapist. That's when I was going to therapy. I didn't go for very long. Set my timer to longer, but what am I saying? I struggle a lot on a daily basis with my health. Well, not even just mentally, but just in general. That's kind of why I want to start this little web series. To kind of give people a space, people who are suffering similar to me, or people who have family or friends suffering similar to me. Not to say anybody's worse or like suffering better or worse, it's competition, but it's just a way to speak about it. And for anybody who wants to listen, listen. Because it gets tiring texting people and ranting to new people all the time. Like, it's really exhausting. And I recently not lost, like they're dead, but lost in my life somebody very important to me. Because of my mental health, and because of that, I no longer remember to talk to you about it. So I'm making this. We're going with this. It's tough, man. I know some people don't really believe in the whole, you know, depression, mental health, and that all kind of thing. Which is, you believe it or not, it is what it is. But no, it's not easy. You know, it doesn't matter what you believe in. Just know that living with it or living around it is not easy. It's not something that comes and goes like a cold or a cough or like people think it is, like any other illness. It's something that's kind of just always in the back of your head, and it gets so frustrating at times playing with it. It's like there's a voice in the back of my head that's like constantly like, you fucking suck. You can't do this. You are the worst person to ever step foot on this earth. It's so frustrating. Even doing things that I like, it's like it still affects me. Cause like yeah, like in this, for example, this is in the background, me playing Titanfall. I'm playing it as I talk about this. It's just kind of helpful. But if I'm not doing good, I get really upset, and it's like the voice in the back of my head is just like, okay, sorry, I had to take a breath there, catch a little bit. Sorry, I got a little too emotional there. I'm just making this. Hold up, there's a guy right here. I have nothing useful to say. Not just recording this, but just in general. I struggle so much with not the illness, but just constantly wondering, am I good enough? You know? Maybe it's because of my mental illness, maybe it's I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I'm here to tell you what happens. I'm here to tell you that if you're feeling the same way, you're not alone. Tell you it fucking sucks. But puffing through it, it's perfect. I know that sounds fucking cliche, but it sounds even worse coming from someone who hasn't gone the same things you do, but if you're watching this and you're still watching this, I'm sure we've gone through some. But I'm not here to tell you that it's a good idea to tough it out. You heard it a million times. I'm here to tell you it fucking sucks and give you space to feel validated for how you feel. Even if you're not mentally ill, it just sometimes you have rough days. That's what I'm trying to make this about. Existing fucking sucks. I'm gonna put it out. I've made more than a dozen. It's not a brag, it's not like a competition or anything, but I've made a lot of suicide attempts. And for anybody else who's gone or has gone through that or is going through that, stop counting. First of all, that's a huge mistake that I did, and the only reason why I know it's more than a dozen because I stopped counting at a dozen. Stop counting. It really degrades yourself. It really makes you feel like you're fucking insane, and it's not okay. Just if you're going through it, just know that it's not alright. Don't set yourself a date. Don't count your days. That's even if you are going like planning on to, but shouldn't. Don't please. Don't. The moment you start planning your days, you're already degrading yourself. There's something that expires. You're not an item. You shouldn't degrade yourself into something that expires on this certain day at this certain time. I used to do that a lot on my suicide attempts. I would be okay. I'm gonna see goodbye to everybody, have the best time I can before I, you know, head out the door. And those couple days leading up to that, whether it be a week, a month, whatever I planned, I made myself suffer for so much. Like, it was just not healthy for anybody. It's not okay for anybody to do that. Yeah, I feel like I have nothing helpful or useful to say because of how many times people have said it. But the other two things, the other three things I struggle with, at least when it comes to mental illness, because I guess suicidal thoughts is one of them. But
I hired the right pilot, that's for sure.
depression. Talk about that. I don't know a whole lot about it. There's times, it would be an amazing day. Suddenly, I'm just like, damn, I fucking suck. Like, I'm a piece of shit person. Like, I am terrible. Like, I hate myself. And there's signs to it for some or most people, but sometimes it's just. Sometimes your own brain is just like, fuck you, and it's already hard enough that so many people in your life are just like, fuck you. It's worse when your own brain does it to you, and you're just like, you're a terrible fucking person. And then, that's where the whole suicide thing comes in, where you're like, well, if I'm a terrible person, and my own brain is convincing me of this, then why am I still here? Why am I still around? Why am I still alive? I don't take medication for it. I've considered it, but it's just difficult. It's a very difficult decision to take medication for mental illness. I know that sounds weird to people who don't have mental illness, because you get sick and then you're just like, oh, let me just take some medicine. It is very different with something that isn't an infection or bacteria, because I don't want to be dependent on a medicine, because what if I can't get it? What if it changes me? I don't feel like myself. And I already struggle with myself on a daily basis, and it's worse if adding pills to chemically change how I feel. Or at least I think in my case it's worse. I think at my age I still have time to work through my depression, and I still have people and resources to work through it. But if I was, yeah, depends on the situation. I'm not gonna tell you when you should or should not take meds. It's my decision and my choice not to. And it's so is yours. PT. So most people think of PTSD think of like shell shock, like you witness someone get their brains blown out, and you're like, holy shit, that person just died. Although that's where PTSD stems from and how we kind of started researching on it. That's not always the case. That is not where my PTSD came from, at least. My PTSD came from hurting myself. Came from traumatic childhood experiences. Loud noises, like that resemble people yelling. Really don't like those. I get very stressed out, even if it's a movie or it's into my business or it's neighbors or whatever, or even if it's just rowdy kids. It still triggers. I hate using that word. I fucking cringe using that word. I hate using the word triggers, but it's the only like word that I can think of on top of my head to describe how it is. Like, it puts you into this fight or flight state, you know? Like, even if I just hear my little siblings playing, I'm just like, it triggers this response in me that is just, it's not okay. The response is not okay. The response is to get rid of the noise. The response is to, fight or flight, you know? Not okay, because they're the little kids playing, but because it resembles so much my parents being loud and fighting. I want to I want to yell at these kids now, and I know it's not okay, and I know that's not something we need to work through, but it's just what having PTSD is like. And hurting myself. I used to burn myself, matches, lighters, anything I could find. Hide them. During full practice, before I even got diagnosed with PTSD. But I would just, I don't know. I noticed I expected bird marks from me almost. Even though I hadn't hurt myself for a year or so, I was still like looking down, and I was like, oh, where are the marks? You know, where is? Because I was so used to it, I guess, and I don't know.
We're falling behind.
It was
Let's
just
pull it together, team.
whenever I see fire or see anything that can burn me, I'm still a little panicked, even though it was self-induced and I did it and I chose to hurt myself. Help me with my emotions, because why would anybody hurt themselves if it doesn't, you know, help how they feel? But yeah, it's just little things that send you into a sudden panic. I was hanging out with my friends, we did a bonfire, and they wanted me to light the fire, and I was just, you know, I didn't want to be a little pussy and be like, oh, I'm scared of fire, fucking Frankenstein ass. I didn't want to be weird, I didn't want to be, you know, that guy. It's like, oh no, I have PTSD, I can't deal with fire. Nobody wants to be that guy. Any mental illness doesn't want to be that guy. It fucking sucks being that guy. But I did light the fire. I did do it myself. It took me a couple minutes to get myself together, but I did it. So much anxiety dealing with those things. Being loud. Even myself being loud. Even when I get loud, it puts me into a panic. And yeah. And anxiety, coping with anxiety. That is still something that that is probably the most apparent mental illness I have. And it's not just anxiety, like, oh, I'm nervous to do this presentation. That's everybody has anxiety,
We can
but
still catch up. Don't lose hope.
like a chronic anxiety, if you know what I mean. Like it affects, like it overly affects your decision making, and can cause some very harmful effects. Hey,
Eliminate
sorry,
remnant fleet
I'm
forces.
back. Somebody walked in, and I know it sounds dumb, because I didn't want to hear it, but
Remnant fleet reinforcements
Um,
inbound.
the video. So like, if someone doesn't want to hear this, they can just, you know, always close out of it. But someone walked in. I wasn't sure if they wanted to hear me talk about the kind of things. So yeah. Sorry for the cutoff. Where was I? Anxiety. Yeah. I have done not like terrible things, like kill somebody, or like fucking, I made bad decisions because I let my anxiety overwhelm me. Just in things I've said, and they do make myself panic for no reason. Just yeah. I didn't really think my anxiety was a big problem until recently. I lost somebody. Again, not like they died, but just really close with them due to my anxiety. Meditation. I know it sounds fucking dumb, like some hippie shit, but like, it helps. It really does help. Box breathing, something that my therapist taught me, that I never really practiced until
Balls being prepared.
recently. There is, you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, breathe it out for 4 seconds. You hold it, you don't hold your breath, but you leave your breath get out for 4 seconds. And it's got a box because you're doing it for 4, 4, 4, like just imagine like for every step you do, you're making a box basically. Like you're imagining you're making a box with your breath. With the motion of your breath at least. That's why it's called box breathing, and it's honestly been really helpful.
Sector A is clear of remnant fleet
Listen to
forces.
music. That kind of music. Don't listen to sad music when you're already upset. Makes it worse. What else? Not to say being sad is bad, but just if you're already in a bad mood, you know, yourself in a worse mood
Keep
will
fighting and you'll
not
get
help.
your Titan.
That's kind of gonna be it for the intro here. It's only the first like episode of the series I'm gonna do of talking about mental health. My first series, I want to take on the top, or my first series of the fucking
Got a
dumbass,
bounty inbound. Hunt it down and eliminate it.
is my fear of
Stand by for nice
not
jump
really
pilot.
being good
Finish
enough.
the job.
Like ever, in any situation ever. Yeah, like my first kind of topic for the first episode. This is really just the intro. Yeah, thank you all for listening and taking the time out of your
We're
day.
sharpshooter.
I am, and yeah, thank you guys all so much, and have a